Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And if you're not, start having a wonderful day right now. This second. um First I want to say, Ginger, thank you for holding a wrench. And Kimmer and Carolyn. Um I want to make you guys mods too, and I know you said you're okay with it. But, if after this live, if you can just go into the comments and just say hi, and then that way I can find you easily, and I'm able to just go in and click on you and make you a mod that way, because I tried to search for you other ways and I couldn't find yous to do that. So, um, I was able to find a comment by Ginger, so I was able to mod her up, and, Mark. And but if you two just go into the comments after this video and just, you can say what you want, but all you have to do is say hi, uh and I can mod yous up. So and thank you. So today, of course, as always, a reminder, we are discussing the case and connections to um Lilly and Jack Sullivan, Lilly 6, Jack 4, who were reported missing since May 2nd, last seen May 1st, as per RCMP. They have yet to be located. We want to keep their case alive, search for truth and answers. We also want to show support to those family members that need it. Um, yeah, so just a reminder to use IMO for in my opinion. And everything, outside of any facts that we do know or we do have that we've discussed along the way. Um, Everything is, in my opinion, speculation and allegedly. Be kind and respectful in the chat and in comments. And there was one more thing I was gonna say, and I can't remember what it is. Uh, so yeah, so today we're gonna take a look at yeah. Hi, Drippy. Um, Hello, Drippy, you changed your picture. Nice to put a face to the name. IMO and many opinions. Yep, lots of those. So we're going to touch on, I'm sure you guys have already watched the video with Wade, who is Malehya's mother's boyfriend, live-in boyfriend for a few years, I guess. Oh yeah, you change your picture every once in a while so people know you're female. Cute. Um, yeah, and uh if you guys want to watch the video again, I'll let you guys tell me what you think in the comments. I can just play that again, because maybe some didn't see it. I do have it ready here if you just want to see it again. Or we can just have a discussion about it if everyone's already seen it. If I do play it, I'll just let it play through without interruption so that everybody can just hear it. But yeah, whatever. Hi, Nova and chat. I haven't seen it. Okay. So maybe I will play it again if everybody's okay with that. Yeah, my heart sunk listening to a big time. It's another one of those moments in this case where, yeah, you just get that sinking feeling again. That dreadful feeling. Yeah. Hi, all topics. Thanks for being here. Thanks to everyone for being here. I've seen it, but would differ to the crowd. I would like to hear your thoughts about it too. Scooter's anti-cult report. Hi, Nova and Chat. You haven't heard it. Okay. I've watched it twice now, but play it, sure. Yeah, I don't know what to think of Malehya anymore. I really don't. I don't. Like, you know, I guess was hoping that she was cooperating with RCMP but I really don't know what to think anymore. I'm on the fence, so I'll probably wait till I have a more concrete thought. But, yeah, I don't know. D, Nova Scotia, Lily and Jack. Yep. I got to go look after my babies. Love and peace, all. Well, lots of love and positive vibes to you, D, Nova Scotia. Babies come first. But thanks for popping in. Well, let's go to the video then. So we'll go there so we can get into the other stuff, because after that, Wade talks a lot about, he mentions three times Muscadabit, and he also about Sheet Harbor, and he talks about the back way and the train tracks. And so after we listen to it, we will touch on those trails. I touched on it a couple of times in some other videos, but I actually found a YouTube video where a guy shows these trails, and I had explained in the other videos how excuse me, like, they're made up of, okay, so for example, the pipeline. So that trail ended up being made to put the pipeline there underground, but then they continued to make that a part of a trail that goes throughout Nova Scotia. And then you get the old rail beds and the train tracks and other things, that ended up being trails, and then they connected them. So you can go on that trail and travel for a long way without any highway traffic. It's quicker. And yeah, so yeah, it amazes me Wade would open up like that to a complete stranger. Yeah, and I'm going to touch on that, my thoughts on that. Yeah, because that, I don't know. I got to go look after the babies. Yeah. Drippy, my family is from Newfoundland, but I'm in Ontario. Oh, Drippy. Kimmer, are you from Nova Scotia? It is cultural to be pretty familiar with strangers. Thank you. Thank you from your ex-cleaning angel. Oh, yeah. Yes. Well, hello. It has been a while. So when I first became very sick, and before I got to the point where I am now and have a routine that I've figured out to pace things out and be able to get some things done, I used to have a couple of ladies to come in and help me because I couldn't. I was in so much pain and had so much fluid on me, and my pills were not straightened out yet, and I had really bad memory loss, which is still suffer from the short-term memory, but not as bad as the memory was then. But yeah, like I had gaps then. I was in a complete mess pretty much. Yeah, I had to have some people come in and help, and my sister helped me quite a bit too and helped with some cleaning. So yeah, so thank you. Thank you for being here. Um, yeah, similar to Newfoundlanders in that respect, Nova Scotians, the generational ones, yep, and pretty general are pretty open people. Granted, some more open than others, but it doesn't shock me when they are true, very true. If you would like to reach out to Nova, please. Well, thank you. Thank you, Ginger. Glad you are better now, Nova. Yeah, I'm not 100%. I never will be, but I'm to a point where it takes a while when your health takes, uh, that happens to you. You know, your health-wise things change. And, you know, I was a busy, busy, busy person. I never stopped. I went all day. And I had to refigure everything, things out because I couldn't do that anymore. And I have decreased mobility now. I have uh, the edema is pretty severe, and the pain is pretty severe. And I have left-sided uh, weakness. So it took a long time to figure a new way out to do things because you're pretty much you're not you anymore. You're a different person, so you have to learn who that new person is, and learn to pace things out because you're just not like you used to be. So I've to this point now, anyways. But it doesn't take much. My son and daughter-in-law took me to the beach the other day with the baby, and we just walked from the car down on the boardwalk to the beach. I have my cane because I've had really bad falls, so I always have. Well, I had the walking stick with me because of the beach, and by the time I got to the beach, my legs were so swollen. It was terrible. So I had to lay down right away and get my feet up and get the fluid down. And of course, you can't wear stockings to the beach, right? I mean, who's going to wear stockings to the beach? uh, Renee, hi. You're a nurse, right? Did you get sick after mandatory COVID vaccines, autoimmune? No, I was sick. I mean, it was just before COVID. So April, um, oh my God. Dates, see, I can't remember dates, and those are big gaps for me, that period. But I just had, well, like a vascular event, the doctor said. Well, I would say I would have had several of them just from what I remember feeling, but a couple of them were pretty severe. But um, and then just a whole bunch of other. My immune system went to the to the shitter, and a whole bunch of other stuff happened because of my immune system. And it was just one thing on top of the other on top of the other, and there's some other stuff too that I wouldn't even get into that I have going on. But no, it was before COVID, actually. It was but around that period. Yeah. I'm a Pictou County, Nova Scotia transplant here in Alberta. Oh, cool. Salt water is in the veins. Yes, yes, yeah. Boy, does that ever clean your everything out. Your eyes, your sinuses. Yeah. Hi, Laws. Thanks for being here. And Maura, thanks for being here. Thanks to everybody for being here if I missed anyone. Drippy, yeah, if you want to have a sidebar about health issues, I wouldn't mind hearing more. I've had a mystery illness for years that involves a lot of swelling, pain, fatigue, but hard to get diagnosed. Yep. Well, maybe I will have a live one day and we'll just do that because I would love to do that. I really would, because I think support for one is big, you know. Um, And this is a good way to do it, because you can get a group of people together that can share their stories and support each other. Never did get COVID, though. I didn't either, knock on wood, but that's mainly because where I had just my health had changed so rapidly and horribly just before COVID. I was never out of the house, and the only time I was out of the house was to go to the hospital, and thank God I didn't catch it from there either. I have the NB mystery brain illness they are trying to say doesn't exist. Interesting. I was getting sick for a while before COVID, got worse over time. Yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff they just don't understand yet, and I think that's why sometimes they just kinda and that's another thing. I have really bad brain fog is, I can't remember what they call it, but it's where you have that pain and that they kinda put everybody under that umbrella when sometimes that's not what's going on with people, but it's just because I don't think they know themselves. They just don't always have the answer. I've never had COVID. Yeah. Uh, your father passed from it, so no anti-vax. Oh, sorry to hear that. Renee, chronic illness is in the rise for a variety of reasons. Yes, absolutely. Fortunate to have the type of job I can work remotely, so haven't had to stop work. That's good. That's good. They call it practicing medicine because they are still practicing. Yep. True enough. Yep. Okay. Let's go over to Wade and we will get that done with. I think it's about 35 minutes long. And I hope this is one of the ones that everybody can hear. I think it is. I forwarded it just a little bit because we don't want to hear the first part of it where it's not even him, it's an AI voice doing an introductory. So it'll go right into it after this little.
No, yet. Let's listen.
They can take you. They'll take you. I had to go there this morning at my car. So you can go that way down that way. Like new block. Like go all the way down. You'll come in the wall. So you go that way. Okay. It's a 6 highway. 6 highway.
So for anybody that hasn't heard this yet, there's a mixture of accents, and you just really have to listen carefully to catch what they're saying. You can kind of figure it out for yourself. And there's really no sense in putting the words up. Maybe he already has them up there or whatever, but because it's pretty much incorrect anyways because it can't decipher the accents. So just to let you know, you just listen as careful as you can.
Number 6 takes you right New Glasgow. Or you go this way, it'll take you to Oxford and Amherst, Spring Hill.
Yeah, it's funny. The last time I heard about New Glasgow is about like 2 children was missing.
Sorry, I meant to pick that up after we come on, Kimmer, or I meant to put that up. I did see something about that yesterday, and when I tried to find it today, I can't find it. It's not on their site, and when you click on where I saw it yesterday, it doesn't come up now. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's not near where Malehya and Daniel and the kids were residing. It's not near Lansdowne. It's a bit away, actually. It's on the other side of the county. So I'm not sure that it would have anything to do with that. It's certainly not uncommon to have stuff like that going on around here, and it's usually related to rugs. That's the other thing, guys. Remember to use code words, even though I'm not monetized. It's just good practice. Yeah. So sorry, I meant to answer that. So yeah. Okay. So let's go back to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening in New Glasgow.
Those are her grandkids.
Are you kidding me?
No,
For real?
I'm serious.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's all good. We still never heard nothing yet. But those are Jack and Lily. And my granddaughter.
Jack and Lily. Yeah, that's her name.
My granddaughter.
It's so sad, man.
You might
That's
see
so
some
cute.
videos. Somebody stole my videos and put them on the thing.
Yeah.
That's Chanel and Kiana, my daughter, that lives in Highfield.
That's
And
cute.
she plays with Jack and Lily all the time. And she
Yeah.
keeps asking about them. I said, you'll get to see them again sometime. I said, I don't know where they're at. I just said they're on vacation.
Yeah.
She's 4.
I saw them the whole time, man. It's everywhere on the
There's
Facebook,
all
on the
lines,
YouTube.
there's lies all on it. But I don't know how they got these videos. They put them on the thing.
Yeah.
And they asked,
Do you know like
they said, do you have the kids? But the videos that they show,
you know,
it was
the
December.
video, the picking apples and
That was that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2023.
Oh my god.
August. Now you see how small?
Yeah.
They showed the other one with the dog, and you see how big the dog was? Oh, you
Yeah.
didn't see the dog. It's this big now, but in the thing is December 2024, this before Christmas, when they're sitting on the sofa.
How
You
about
wouldn't take no kid.
how about the police? The police update any news about the two guests?
You never really heard nothing.
Never heard
They
anything.
don't say too much. It's
Oh,
only that boy that cares. I still say the boy.
the Daniel Martel, the
He's
stepfather,
on meth.
is on mess.
He sells meth,
Uh-huh.
and he makes it. He don't like the kids.
So-
He beats the kids. He beats her daughter.
That's what I'm
But her
saying.
daughter might know more than she's saying. I said, your daughter's lying. You must know what happens. Only 3 people in the thing.
Exactly.
We had to do polygraph and everything. 'Cause
You did a polygraph too?
yeah, because we used to drop the kids off
Okay.
over there.
So you and Cindy and
Her
Her
mother,
daughter.
because her mother was in the house before, and
Uh.
some of her cousins, they had to do polygraph.
is the mother living here right now or not?
No, she was, and
She was.
she lives in. We took the mother because we found out that he's on drugs
She's on mess, yeah. I heard
and
about it.
meth, and they beat her. So we took her over there. He was here, and then the CPS. The CPS went to their house in December, and they should have took the kids out of there. Like, look at the look of the house.
Yeah.
We had the locks
I
on the
know the
door,
house is
and the boy beat her. This, that. But why'd she stay there? That's what I told her.
I saw the house of Daniel Martel and I saw this house, and I understand why she come here. She move out the next day.
No, she could have went to her grandmother's in Bob Hill. You know how many times we tried to. She was at the grandmother's before they went there. Dan
Grandma.
and her.
Uh,
He got 2 from a previous marriage,
uh,
and those 2 that are missing are hers. Then they got the little girl together,
mm-hmm.
and he didn't like her kids at all. But she said they beat them.
Oh, it's just crazy, man.
But she got a psychic that says they're still alive.
Mm-hmm.
But if they ain't, I still say it's a guy.
You know, it's so funny. I heard some
They
people.
are in the woods, but they're probably buried, like way over towards, like say Muscadal, but they're probably way the fuck over that.
The thing is by Daniel Martel or his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust him, man. He's,
No, they all look fucking crazy.
he lies all the time. Change his story all the time.
Yeah, how you know what they're wearing? You didn't see it.
Huh?
How would you know what they had on?
Exactly.
And you never saw them.
Yeah.
And she's lying too. I don't trust her.
They even say that you guys
So
did
now,
it. You know what they're saying right now online? They say you guys did it.
no, I wouldn't.
They say that the mothers and the grandmothers hide those kids, for those kids in the world somewhere like a reserve.
If I had to, no, she's getting the baby back. He went to the reserve, right? Because her grandmother lives over there.
Oh,
They had the baby there. Then the police came, took the baby. Because she took the baby to Chewy. She wasn't supposed to.
so she's living in the reserve
But
right
now
now.
she's living in the reserve with the chief. That's
With
her
chief.
cousin.
Oh, the one in the
I'm related to the chief too.
Suvanaki.
Say it again.
Is
Yep,
it
Shubenacadie. Yep.
Oh, that's where she's living right now.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
I don't know. These negative energy.
It is, man.
I never did like being around. I know them. But why would you stay there? This guy's beating your kid.
I know.
You get one of them today. Look at the dirty fucking house. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I may stay one night and I say,
I know, brother.
we can't live here. And 3 months ago, we told her, oh, before that happened, I'll say 3 months before May, we had the U-Haul truck to move her back to her grandmother's house. We had a big house in, like Redcliffe and Bible Hill. The day before, no, I'm not moving.
Yeah.
Why do you want to stay here? There's rats in the walls.
Exactly. I've been to that place many times, man. I know that place is not suitable for humans.
You know.
I don't understand. Maybe he was.
Now she's trying to sue the CPS. The CPS should have took the kids out. This was in December. And plus, why would she stay there? If someone's beating my kids, I'm breaking their fucking arms.
Exactly. I was just saying that.
She should have told us anyway. She had told us he's on drugs or he's beating the kids. They would have been here. You get what I'm saying? We would have took the kids ourselves.
Yeah.
They get and the last time we seen them, they're over here Easter Monday.
Easter Monday.
That's the last time we saw them.
Daniel Martel.
Even dead. Yep. Once. You better not come here now.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we're in the woods looking for stuff. Me, him, Jack, and his other stuff. Then he stayed in the woods for a whole hour by himself. So what the fuck are you guys doing? You crazy? He probably doing drugs in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes he used to come to our house and Bible Hill.
Yeah, it's
and he stayed outside all the time. His face was, so you see the skin is like yellowish green and he's dying. I said, you gotta be on drugs or something.
Yeah.
And he's not, every time he dropped the kids off, he's never there. And he probably wasn't even working. He wasn't working no once a week.
Yeah, he just dropped a bombshell like 2 days ago. He said that black eyes on the Lilly 2 days before.
I showed the detectives some of the pictures because the boy looked like he's hard to get along with her grandson. Like you tell him to do something, he won't listen. So he might have got mad and grabbed him by the neck and broke his neck. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? He might have. I don't know.
Maybe. But you can't, right? When the kids shoot kids at the same time.
Maybe the little girl witnessed it.
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
But our psychic says.
That's for sure.
Now, we had the kids, we'd be $150,000 rich.
Exactly.
Plus, who's going to take grandkids?
Yeah, but you know what people say online?
Yeah.
It's like Daniel Martel and the Derwin. You know Derwin? The guy.
Darren's her cousin.
Darren is a cousin, right?
Her cousin.
Why her cousin is against her?
He told him off the other day. He said, "You know more than you say." She told him, "Don't call back here. You're weirdos. You're crazy."
He's the one on the side of Martel. He's saying that the mother
and I think his
reserve.
No, they ain't gonna. His or Darren's wife, I think, is related to
Darren's wife is related to
Darren, not Darren, or what's his name?
Daniel.
He's related to Daniel's house. Same as the CPS. He knew that we were open reserve. See, how did he know? So he's probably related to somebody in the CPS. And we got a friend that works for like another children's aid. And there's no file that she was there in December. We're suing them, and we're suing the people for a rat.
Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah, there's no file that she was there. She went down. Now, the house like that, I'm checking to see if there's food in the fridge. I'm checking, see if there's locks on it.
It's just
said to use the lock. And Daniel's daughter, that she's like 8 or 9. Her name is Rain. She said, Malehya locked him in the room.
Yeah, right.
You know more than that. I didn't even like her around. I never did like her.
Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah.
How about you doing well, bro?
Yeah.
It's just one last thing, my friend.
Yeah, I got her down, bro.
So, like everyone. Border Retriever is a Pakistan dog, man. I used to have one myself, like
down 2 years ago.
Really?
It was 14, and I don't know what happened. It kept throwing up, and then
14. I mean,
then his eyes kept going like this. And he had to suffer all day Sunday because they're not open. They had to put him down Monday. Yeah, his name was Kavai. I had a good dog. Hear a car, somebody walking around, go crazy.
Yeah, it's best to put him down. Yeah, so
Now her dog, he's like his own blind. He's white. Shih Tzu, he's like, I think he's 10. Yeah. You gonna go blind, you might as well get fucking with him.
The Jack and Lily play with dogs.
Yep.
They play all time. They're not scared of dogs.
Her dog's crazy, and it don't.
Yeah.
Every time as soon as we hear that door, he's in the window. She's mine. She said it didn't bark. I never really listened to what she said yet.
Imagine when my dog passed away from a heat stroke, I was crying all day.
And then they had a cat up at the grandmother's, the kitten, and we always had the 2 dogs, and they play with the dogs all the time.
Yeah.
So they're trying to say they don't know nothing about dogs.
Imagine last 2 kids. This must be tough. How's Malehya doing right now? When was last time you saw her?
Yesterday they came up.
Yesterday she was here.
You know what she said. You know what I'm saying? I know it just seems like she ain't sad. I don't know.
She's not sad, eh?
Yeah, it don't seem like it is. I told you, and I told her, I asked when Daniel got mad, what did he do? Did he hit them? Did he?
So she never cries in front of you, or she never show any sadness?
Yeah, she doesn't cry.
She doesn't
But
cry.
she must. I think she knows what happened, but she ain't saying it.
You know what
you
happened?
Smoke?
Sure, yeah. I love it.
You into the mill, bro?
Oh, you
I
mean
don't smoke.
is the Malehya leaving the reserve, or is another one super lucky?
She's staying there because we're giving her a house now.
Oh, she's getting a new house over there.
Yeah. That's where she's from, no, because her dad's from India.
Oh, her grandma.
The kids ain't over there because I was over there.
Her grandma is in Sugarnati.
Yep.
And she's with her grandma right now.
And I'm related. Trying to think if I'm related. Well, she lives with the chief.
She lives with the chief?
Her name is Michelle McDonald Glasgow.
She's living with the chief right now.
She's living with her.
Wow.
She got like a house on the side of her, like an apartment.
Do you know what the house looks like?
I never wasn't at her. We're related to the chief somehow. But most of the
How come she's living with the chief right now? Is she related to the chief?
you get the daughter back, she ain't allowed to stay here. For some reason. Yeah. And plus, I told her she's looking for work and stuff. I said, you're looking for work? I said, whose baby is it? And I ain't baby. You get what I'm saying? She's looking for work. You didn't want to take care of it. Where's the daughter? She's a year and a half.
Yeah.
So you take care. I know I ain't taking care of her. I'll watch her once in a while, but I ain't want babysit. You better hire a babysitter or take the baby to your great grandmother and drop her out like that.
Yeah.
I like kids in there. Plus, you don't say hi or nothing. Sometimes you don't say hi.
Sometimes
Then you get a happy Father's Day. I know. You get what I'm saying? You used to hang up in your mother's ear.
You mean Malehya?
I call her, see how the kids is there. But she never, when we had the kids, they never really showed no signs. Like, you can tell they're emotionally abused. But sometimes I'll reach by, like Lily's head. Like she'll rub my head, and I go to touch her. Then she'll put her hands up.
Really?
That means somebody slapped me.
Who, Malehya?
Probably could be her, could be the other. Probably both of them.
Oh, you mean the kids? Oh, you mean the 2 kids? If you put hand close to the head, it's going to be like a avoid.
Yeah, but showing off, like rubbing her hair because he rubs
Which
Malehya.
one? Malehya, okay.
Jackie. Oh, he's just full of anger. You see why?
Yeah.
And his other son, I think he gets him to beat Jack. His name's Arlo, and I think he's sick. He's thick and he's violent.
I know
So he probably gets him to beat Jack.
Justin, right? Another guy named Justin. Justin is the brother of Daniel Martel.
We never seen the brother ever before. He came to the house when they were missing. The mother, she never ever talked to us. She didn't say hi or fuck off. She came, like when they were missing, they come into the house. But we never seen them ever before that. And the father, he came to the house too. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the father kept going up in the woods right beside them.
I know. Actually,
there's something fishy. Yeah. But where they were looking, they're probably like 10 miles in the fucking woods. If they ain't alive, they're buried way in the woods. Like towards like Muscatava, there's all these back roads. And there's a train tracks right there. So the train station probably used to go there. Like she heard.
That's why what people are saying. You saw the pictures of Daniel Martel and his brother was on the ATV.
Yeah, they never had that before.
Everything
I
was.
never seen that ATV before.
Yeah.
Before.
Everything in this place is kind of messy, but just the ITV is so fucking clean.
I wonder how far they search. I wonder if they search about from here to the end here. This road goes way down, probably 3 miles.
But the thing is, why Malehya, she saw something. She must saw something. The
Yeah.
story was same as Daniel Martel.
Yeah.
Why she don't come out and say something right now?
I don't know why you bring it around it. You just fucking.
And I saw a picture the other day. Malehya, she was on the beach with her friend. You saw that picture?
Goes to the beach every day.
She go to the beach every day?
Yeah, it's like it's nothing.
Do you think she actually has a kid?
No, he don't have them. Somebody got them or they killed them.
Have you ever been to her place in the supermarket? You never been there?
I was at the grandmother. I used to hang with her dad like a long time. But it was crazy on the reserve at night.
Yeah, you don't want to go there, man.
I can be a cop.
I can probably go there. People are gonna think I'm a native too. I'll be free.
My great grandmother was full Micmac, and I'm related.
My friend.
Now get this here. You heard of East Preston?
East Preston? No.
North Preston? East Preston?
No.
Shubenacadie Reserve used to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's all areas, all so-called black people.
Yeah.
So they took the lighter skinned people and put them in the Shubenacadie. And the boxes, she's a box. She can get her card so she can get money, a house. And if Preston's an East Preston, they'll get any money. They won't register them. I can't even get registered. And my great grandmother was Paul McNair, and she's from, it's called Fort Foley Reserve. You go to Sackville, New Brunswick, and you go way down towards Georgia. Most of the so-called are Micmac. Same people, different names. They can't get the word.
Yeah, bro. You know what?
I treat everybody the same. Get none of that.
I said RCMP is so useless. They
Yeah.
can't find anything. They only check the cam footage, the trail cam footage after like 20
That
days.
ain't no good.
Yeah, that's not good.
They should have cordoned off the whole fucking block. People all in the people in the woods.
Yeah. You're saying
I was even in the woods. As soon as before I even got to the place, they said the kids are missing. The first thing I thought is damn. I even told the police.
I can't blame you. I mean, I
It's
actually,
him. I don't know what you say.
Yeah.
My girl knows. Malehya knows. Guess what? They're 34,000 in debt. So they might have been ripping off
you and Daniel Martel?
both of them probably. They're probably registering all 5 kids.
That wouldn't surprise me. I only work like once a week. Yeah.
You get this here?
It's not even working.
So he wasn't getting no money at the 20th. You know, you get the child or the kid checks.
Yeah, it's not like milk money.
They're ripping them off. They hold 3,000-4,000. She ran her grandmother's credit card, 8,000. They stole the card, and she didn't even charge. Another time she borrowed 1,600. Said you'll pay her the next year, and she told her right to her face, "I'm not paying you back. You can't be good to it."
I think probably Daniel Martel. But do you think?
So don't blame them.
Yeah, but some people online also said maybe Malehya did to bring the kid to reserve because Daniel Martel was being abusive to the kid. So she was trying to protect the 2 kids.
I know, but where are they at?
Nah, that's what Doe would say. Doe would say Malehya for those kids to the supermarket.
No, she just had the baby there, but the CPS took her and they put her
So
in foster care for now. I think she's getting her back.
middle.
And then she's gonna live on the reserve.
So she has a kid right now, or
Oh, why didn't his kids disappear? Daniel's 2 other kids, you get what I'm saying?
that's why I was trying to figure it out, man. It's so strange.
I don't care if they're at the mall or not. They're probably gone before the morning. You get what I'm saying?
I just don't understand, man. No offense, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect him. I respect her, Malehya.
Yeah.
But why she act like this way? Like, she's not sad. She go to beach every day, like you said.
Every day.
So strange. But everybody says she's your mother. You remember?
Ain't no good.
Belinda says she's your mother. You know Belinda?
No,
She don't.
Belinda never seen her. The kids for 3 years.
She didn't see the kid for 3 years.
The boyfriend, he was fucking crazy. He used to be there. Yeah, the real baby there. And we moved them from Greenfield. You ever heard of Greenfield? They had 100 bags of dirty diapers in the basement. Come on.
Oh, Jesus. Feel
He-
sorry
and he's
for
from
her.
Moscow. Yeah, he feels good.
She probably didn't get her. It's too much abuse on her, so it's just a lump, right?
He's probably pimping her. The neighbor. He does barrel racing all around.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia.
And,
Yeah, you come back anytime.
yes,
Like,
my
come
friend.
and visit.
For sure. Thank you so much, bro.
There's
Really
places,
appreciate it.
there's beaches over here like Tug Wash.
You know the RCMP, they have
Yeah.
a reward for $100 to $2,000 if you can find the kids.
Yeah, if I had the kids, I had the money. You know what I'm saying? That makes-
But if you can find out where's Malehya living in Supermarket, let me know. And
I don't think they're
we'll
in.
spend the money.
You never know. You never know. They're so far in the woods you won't find them.
Yeah, but
You see all the woods there? You can go 20 miles that way. They could have went 20 miles that way
Yeah,
towards
I
like
know.
Muscadot, and the kids could be big.
exactly.
But they should have cautioned the whole fucking trailer right off. No people on it. You get what I'm saying? And plus, when I was
But yeah,
the day they went missing, I seen one of Lily's shirts on the car here in a coat. I forgot all about it. I'm the only one that noticed that. Even Tuesday.
I'm sorry, what did you say? You say
You know them cars that are parked outside?
the Daniel Martel's car?
Yeah, there's a shirt.
Was a show? Is it
And one of Lily's shirts and
The one
a
with-
jacket. On the car, like on the wind right here.
it was a nice day after the both missing.
Hmm.
Ah,
They could have been gone that night at 11 that night. May 1st. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
You might just put them on the camera to show that they're at the whatever, the mall, whatever. And they never made it on either.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm not sure how he passed the polygraph test though.
They just tell you that you passed.
Yeah.
But they
RCMP.
tell when you're lying.
Yeah.
They hook all this shit up.
Mhm.
They make some of them, they make you lie to see how it comes out. But there's some they know that you're lying, and they'll ask you the question a different way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can tell he's guilty all
Well,
over.
that's true. RCMP
Suck
never
it back.
confirmed that he actually passed it or not. So he's the only one saying he passed it.
They say you passed,
Yeah.
but do you really pass? There's maybe
No.
some questions you passed, and some you didn't. You know?
Exactly.
They just tell you that, keep you talking.
He is lying all the time.
But
Everybody says
But the police told him they go on no news. There's a couple of news people coming to our house. He said no interview. You can come in.
yeah, bro.
I'm sorry, the police told you not to talk about it. No media.
I know he's a piece
See, they're
of
doing it for the money. Now
Yeah.
they're painting the barn. You see the paint on the barn at their house?
Yeah, so
How come you didn't clean up the air when you came? You get what I'm saying?
you got a point.
Yeah, you got that. That's the first thing I said. Now what the damn That's the first thing I said. He probably killed him right off the top. Before
Maybe-
even, as soon as we're leaving to go there, the day they're in there. That's how I said right off the top. So he probably did something.
Maybe
But she knows. Because,
maybe it's an overdose. So
yeah, you never know.
Malehya probably should feel like she was
And I think
partially responsible too, so she can talk.
I'm surprised you ain't in jail for neglect.
Exactly. Everybody's saying
They should have took all three of them in jail anyway.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's gonna talk to them. You just
Yeah.
leave them in there. Like, what's it called?
I've been to a supermarket a couple times already, and that place, trust me, you don't want to go there. You feel white, you feel black, but for me, I'm okay. That's why I'm a native, even I'm not.
Yep.
Yeah. So my friend, if
You
you,
kind of look like you could fit right in.
yeah, if you know,
I know all kinds of people there, so I have no.
yeah, if you
I got no
happen,
problem.
if you happen to know the address in the supermarket, where's Malehya right now, let me know, bro.
Yeah.
Let's try to find that shit together. Yeah. Sesame Street.
Maybe, I'm not sure. I know there's a Sesame Street.
Is it closer to a school or the?
It's way down the other end.
Close to the police station? Or the
I don't really know that.
uh,
Like a rec center.
the rec center?
Like a rec center.
What's that? Is that church?
Like a gym
gym.
Could be a school. I don't think it is.
I saw it's a huge school. So
It's like a big thing there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there before that, on you go left. That place I was telling you right up to here, the road. So it's on the left, that road, whatever that road is. I don't know if it's
what's the number, bro?
My number?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, they're not there. We were there. We were right in the.
You were in the supermarket.
I said they're gone. They're
For
gone.
me, I don't know why
The kids are
the
gone.
Darren. Why he keeps saying the kids
Yeah. I don't know why they don't take on in it. If he knew where they were, he'd have the money. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you guys probably should sue him, man. Did Malehya actually
Where?
get a lawyer, or she doesn't have a lawyer?
Bro, look at knick-knack lawyer. Before that, she had fucking money. She owed $34,000. 34,000 and debt. Supposedly he working 1 day a week and every support.
You know what I think?
As soon as she got her check, she used to get her check. 2 days later, she's phoning her grandmother. Her grandmother got money. And she still sends her money. Now can you spend, she's probably getting 2,000 something a month. And it's gone in 2 days, impossible. How can you spend 2,000? So she might be on the drug too, I don't know.
Yeah, Pokemon is not going to cost that much. That's what I know.
Yeah.
Damn, I tell you, I only know if he has a hobby for fishing or Pokemon.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
not going to cost that much.
Fishing. No, the grandmother's taking all their money. Or the mother, Dan's mother. It's all like inside. You tell her all, you get the weird feeling up there when everybody's around.
Yeah.
If you come up to Cindy's son's sister, what's her name?
Sounds just like
Haley. Must have heard Haley on there.
Haley Mackenzie.
She goes, "You get out of my fucking yard." That's what the Danny come right up to her. "You get out of my fucking yard. Don't you accuse my fucking son." And I just walked up the top of the hill. I ain't giving no fucking more.
Isn't she was one of the
You can tell
YouTube
she's always beat the shit out of Daniel and them in there. You can tell she didn't play.
she was one find the pink shirt on the tree. Right? And she was one thing that
Was there really a shirt?
that's one of the blankets.
But how to get to the tree?
Yeah.
Now, when they found that blanket, were they already searching that area? Was it already searched? Or was it put there after the
Yeah.
But I heard it was on a trail, like a 4-wheel trail. But how would he get up in the trees?
Exactly.
If the kids would have dropped, it's gonna be on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But that blanket could have been there for fucking 5 years. You don't get what I'm saying?
that.
I'm going up here. There's a sweater in the tree up here. On your way to Oxford. I was looking. I said, look at the shirt in the tree. See what I'm saying? I could have been there for 10 years.
I'm saying like,
The same as his footprint. Where that footprint could have been anybody's footprint.
Yeah, one footprint was on the driveway.
Like you could be walking, and it might take half of your foot.
Yeah.
And you look like a kid's print. And that print could have been there 10 years.
So one of the footprint was confirmed. The only confirmed one was on the driveway of the house. Another one was near the pipeline. Yeah.
That ain't fuck all.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything, right?
That don't mean shit.
Shit, yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
If they
It's the same
ain't
story.
nobody, they killed him. I said the boy don't listen to him, so he probably flipped out and broke his fucking head. Or smothered him. I still say he's not even looking. I won't say that to Sydney. I just know that I know that he did something. And they buried him way in the fucking woods that you ain't finding him.
It must be really hard on the grandmother too.
Yeah.
Was Cindy cry?
Yeah. She cries all the time.
All the times.
Yeah. And the great grandmother, but she don't get on. That's the other, not Cindy's mother. She was never interviewed or nothing. And they lived there for a year. And they should have stayed there. Yeah. They said get a job in the store.
I know.
Then she was gonna give her the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nice house. And now she's selling the house. And she's moving to an apartment. So I hope her son is paying her. He
Daniel Martel, he's not going to tell shit. He's not going to tell you if he did or anything. But seems like
They gotta put him in. They should
Malehya,
just put them
Malehya.
all in the.
Malehya seems like she knows something.
That's why I told her there's only 3 people
And
there.
she
I
probably-
don't know why I'm doing this.
She probably
Anyway.
gonna talk. Talk with Malehya. Talk with her.
That's it.
She's gonna talk with her. Eventually, she's gonna break.
That's it. Put them all in jail.
Yeah.
I said there's only 3 people there. I don't mind doing this.
I know she's your stepdaughter, but for the kids, man, kids always first.
I know, but she didn't care.
She didn't care about it.
She bring them over and clothes are fucking filthy. Dude.
Was she always
Her
like
faces,
this?
yeah.
Or
no,
it was
you wasn't brought up like that.
or it was after?
Yes, you wouldn't even clean up after yourself. You wouldn't even sweep your floor.
Was she?
Do her fucking dishes.
Yeah.
Fucking dirty bitch. I told her to get them fucking dishes.
Did,
And clean up after yourself.
did she change a lot after she moving with the Mattel, or is she always like this?
She was like that with the other boy.
With other
I told her
boys?
there's 100 bags of diapers. Dirty diapers
Yeah,
and
yeah.
piss and shit.
But the other guy was beating her, right?
Yeah, he
She
was crazy.
was abused. Okay.
This guy abused her too. So she must like it to stay. Phone the police and get out of it. That's it.
It's like a Mexican thing.
You wait till you're sleeping and fucking you cripple him and put the fucking knife in him. Like put a knife right in his fucking back. And you won't bother you.
Yeah.
Phone the police and see you later.
Yeah.
Take the charge, you know what I'm saying? He beat you, you must try to get off.
I
So I told my daughter, her last I beat the shit out of her. So we picked her up and dropped her on her. Way over there in Helmsdale. So I got him when he's in town, I beat the shit right out of him. I said, I hope you drop dead and overdose you. Fucking drug addict. Then I looked in the obituaries the other day and he passed away out west, overdose. That was my daughter.
I don't know anyone here is going to drop.
Yeah. All old hair is all
New
mixed.
Glasgow,
Even all old hair is nothing.
Pictou counties,
Yeah.
mass heads everywhere.
I don't even like taking a nap. I had to take an Advil for my arm. I didn't want to take that.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's still here.
And my friend, if you want to like a flight drones, like anything, you like a drones. I have some.
Somebody over here got one.
Yeah.
You saw them too?
I saw them. I have a new one. Like, I can start.
You got camera and stuff?
Take camera, all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to text you a message and I'm going to send you a picture and other stuff.
So when I get home, I'll see your number and I'll call you.
For sure.
Like it won't ring, but it's ringing, but it doesn't ring.
Yeah, I'll text you to get my number.
Number
For sure, man. I'll call you after that, yeah.
Yes, sir. You got a lighter
Like
in
I
there?
say, my friend, if you have any information of the address or something, let me know, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I'm not saying the kids ain't.
I know, bro.
But you never know. If they ain't,
Maybe I can go ask her.
if they ain't anywhere,
But she knows something.
they're
right?
dead in the woods.
But
So far out, you
I
ain't
know,
finding
the
them.
kid maybe it's not there, but she people know something. So
Yeah, we never knew that. All we knew.
yeah,
But she knew he was on drugs and beat the kid, beat her. Why she stay with him?
probably have a PTSD
Bring the
or
kid.
something. She's traumatized. So,
No, ain't no. I'm gonna beat my kid. I'm getting away from her. And I'm breaking your
Yeah.
fucking leg
you're right about that.
before I leave. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm phoning the police.
Yeah, some women, right? It's just maybe
Yeah, they can't use
Care more about
drugs and liquor as an excuse.
yeah. I
Get
know.
the hell, especially your kids.
Some abusive
That's what she
women.
says. I don't know why she on the counter.
Yeah.
And you see why they're black.
There's a wood chopper. Yeah.
So that's
All right. So that's that. Hi, Polar Vortex. Hello to everyone that has come in to chat. I started some comments here, so I'll go back up. So I have some notes here. And so Drippy. So the very first thing I have in my notes is, let me go back up. Why did Wade spill so much tea? So again, everyone, and anyone new coming in that hasn't heard this yet, this is Malehya's mother, whose name is Cindy, her long-term boyfriend, Wade, who was allegedly recorded without his knowledge having this conversation. So my very first thing I have in my notes here, why did Wade spill so much tea? So Drippy says, I think the person being Asian and not from around here, Wade probably felt even more comfortable talking and needed to vent to someone who he felt safe with. Unfortunately, picked the wrong person. And I agree, that's one of my thoughts. I had two thoughts, that or either he wants to get the word out there, of his thoughts somehow, and he went through, uh, what's his name? Is it Joe? Jim. But I think the more likely scenario is exactly what you're saying, Drippy, because, and that's the thought I had as well, and especially the more comfortable with him being Asian for some reason. I agree. I mean, not for some reason I agree. For some reason, I think that is possible. Yep. And he definitely, when you have things on your mind, but you can't speak them a lot, because he did say, Cindy cries a lot and I can't talk to her about this stuff. So he did say that. So I think once that conversation started, it just come out, like it just all come out. Unfortunate. And I do feel bad for them for, I mean, anything like that taking place is a bit of a violation. Someone would feel, violated in some way. And I do feel bad for them. For Wade and Cindy. And yeah, I bet you she is pissed off. I bet she is big time. Yeah. Law's family. Earl, not Arlo. So, Laws, are you saying that Daniel's son's name is Earl, not Arlo? So he would be named after his grandfather? And also Law's family, Earl and Daniel in the woods, yeah, for long periods of time. Yeah. And so, I mean, we have to remember the addictions with Daniel at that time. So was he up to that? Maybe Earl as well. I don't know. It's all speculation, right? In my opinion, speculation and allegedly, right? Or was something else going on, right? But yeah. Seems a little fishy, and how Daniel would want to push that point too, about how he was always out, nobody else would be. Because as we know, Daniel is not truthful, and when he's really trying to push something, it's typically because he's trying to hide something. So because that was one of the things that he really tried to push. And to us, we would say, well, here goes the hero complex again. But yeah, perhaps it's because he's hiding something, right? And so obviously Malehya's family members thought it was kind of strange, right, that he would be out there by himself, and what's going on, right? But again, was that due to rugs, or was there something else going on? But I would say he's definitely trying to hide something about that, because he's pushing that point hard, how he would be out there searching and nobody else would be. When you look at it, the other side of it, well, no, you were out there by yourself for long periods of time, and it's kind of weird. Charmaine, hi Charmaine. So my thoughts on this: I don't think he knew he was being recorded. I don't either. I think it's pretty much what Drippy said there too, that he felt he could trust this fella, and I do think him being Asian had a part in it. And once it started coming out, it was just it just started flowing and couldn't stop. I do think he was exaggerating some details, so do I. But I think these are his honest opinions, yep, and thoughts after 2 months of speculation. Definitely, you can tell he's been thinking about it and trying to figure out, like, he discussed some scenarios there that he think, well, maybe that, I don't want to say what they were, but you guys heard them, but, well, maybe this happened, right? Because he did say that Daniel was beaten on Malehya and the kids, and that there is methane use, selling, and making. So, and again, guys, remember, this is all allegedly, right? This is coming from Wade, and we don't know if it's 100%, but it's a fact that it came from Wade, who is a close tie to Malehya's side. And where was I going with that? But yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah. And Missy says, okay, my opinion is they knew something was up with all the questions, and Tint asked great ones. Why would Cindy use her real name account knowing they're being watched a lot? They want to talk, in my opinion. I agree that they're at a point where they are kind of wanting to start to, say things, because Cindy did give a couple of image shots to Lana to give to Sunny, and Sunny shared them, and I had put them in one of my videos, as well as receipts to show the untruthfulness of Daniel and Janie, who's Daniel's mother. And so that's why I said, the other option could be that Wade knew who Jim is and agreed to do this and went about it in a way that, it looked like it was just, it took place innocently because of him coming to purchase something. But I'm more swaying towards the fact that he didn't know, and once the conversation got going, he just had so many thoughts in his head and unable to express them, because he said Cindy cries and he can't discuss things with her. And it's hard to keep all that kind of stuff in your head, thoughts like that, and he ended up getting verbal diarrhea. I'm more thinking that myself. That's my opinion. In my opinion, though, whatever happened to Jack and Lily was planned, not an accident. Okay. Not strange for email. Country ways. I agree, Kimmer, though. I'm not so sure. I agree, Kimmer, though. Not so sure premeditated. Yeah, I don't, my opinion, I'm not leaning towards premeditated either. I no longer think it was an accident, though. Yeah, my two thoughts were that it was accidental, via the rugs, or that, in my opinion, Daniel possibly just lost his crap and something happened. Bag tags. I'm sorry, but that makes me giggle. Oh, you're talking about garbage. Thought you were talking about something else there. Is this just repeating the same thing over and over? No, And I know why you would think that, because Wade is repeating himself, certain thoughts, like 3 times he said Musquodoboit, and he mentioned Sheet Harbor too, and those back trails and the ATV. And so that's why we're going to go over to a video that's showing these what he's getting at with the trails and the railroad track trails and what he's getting at. I personally don't think that they did that, because I'm sure RCMP would have found evidence of, well, and maybe they did. We don't know any evidence they found, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna. That's his thoughts. That's in his opinion. And I'll show you the video of what these trails look like, just to give you an idea of what these trails look like. The fact that Daniel had an argument with Haley in a private Facebook chat room, after this video came out and deleted his side of the argument, is very telling. He doesn't delete his messages, no, and I haven't heard anything about him since then. In fact, he's been very quiet since the night Sonny and I did the video on It's a Crime and Shame. Oh, and guys, I should give credit to Tint. That's who did that recording of Wade. Sorry. And I'll put that in the description as well after the video. Yeah, because he was pretty quiet after on Sonny's, and then he said he wasn't going to be talking anymore. But then he had that argument there on the Facebook group, and I haven't heard anything from him since then. If anybody else has, you can say so in the chat, but I haven't. Hi, Native Girl. Welcome, welcome. He's rattled. Yep, they all are. Yep, I agree 100%. Yep, it just comes to a point where I'm sure, some are going to start feeling backed into a corner, and that's where things possibly are. Yeah. In my opinion, they're all 4 guilty of what happened. Same team, because no one is talking. Same team. Yeah, they all 4 are implicated, and even if they hate each, they know they can't talk. In my opinion, if it wasn't same team, one would talk. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear exactly what you're saying. I know you have to fit that all in there, or it won't let you put the whole thing, so you have to try to figure out how to word it and fit it in so you can make your point. I've been there. Could be Wade is just a talker, exactly. Like, he might be a person who already talks a lot, so all you got to do is get the ball rolling. And especially when you've got so much on your mind, right? Because that would be heavy on your mind. And then that was it, right? It just was verbal diarrhea from there on. Hi, Lobster. Welcome to the chat. Charmaine, private Facebook chat is the ultimate oxymoron. Yeah, I agree. Dumb asses. Yep. I was playing some of the stuff for my son here this morning. He was asking me what's going on with the case, and I said, well, here's a little bit of Janie, and I was playing, a couple of things for him, and he goes, oh my God, are they all on the methany? What a bunch of dumbasses. Oh, not that I'm making fun of anybody, but that was his opinion, and he said it. Yeah. For some reasons, we trust Asians more. Yeah, I agree. Yep, nothing is private in social media, that's for sure. Sure, right. They're digging themselves deeper and deeper. Yep, no self-awareness. Yep. Lost family. Sounds like Wade had an afternoon drink or two or three before Tint turned up and got chatty. The more I hear it, he's possibly in the doghouse with Cindy. So I have to say, I don't think he was drinking, but that's just in my opinion. He is actually, many of his family members are from here, from the county here. They are chatty people. Okay. I know his relatives, chatted with them often. They're chatters, they're chatterboxes. Yeah. And sound exactly the same as Wade. Yeah. In my experience. Yep, we have screenshots before and after he deleted. Yes. Yeah. I think Justin does too. Maybe they will end up friends in the end, silver lining. Yeah, I know, because he was like, "Hey, come visit anytime. Call me anytime." I know, right? Like, yeah. I was actually kind of chuckling at some of the stuff I could hear better with my headset. Well, it's the first time I played that one too, which is, I think, might be a little bit clearer than the other audio I listened to. Plus, I have my Sony headset on, and they're really good ones. And some of the stuff I picked up on that I didn't know he was saying before, because he said he can get away with being indigenous because he's Asian. He said, I can get away with going on the reserve. They won't even notice me there. If he goes on there searching to see if the kids are on there, which they're not, but in my opinion. Sonny won't shot screenshots, but I think Clutch Them Pearls. Yes, he did. Yep. Was the argument between him and Haley all screenshotted? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I fell asleep. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure. Well, of course, I wouldn't know if it was the whole thing on Clutch Them Pearls, because I don't know what I didn't. That's all I know, but I'm pretty sure that he got all of it on there. I don't know how you pronounce that, so I'm just going to say hi, Gren, Gren, and the rest of the letters, I don't know what they are. Grendel. Grendel? Okay, hi, Grendel. Yeah, I think those jumping all over his 11 p.m. comment are grasping. To me, it was obvious he was just throwing it out there as an example. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I think he's just saying anytime overnight, right? Around 11 o'clock, traffic's pretty much settled down. Things are quieter than, throughout the day. People are getting home from work if they work the evening shift. It's things are starting to quiet down. So from 11 p.m. on, I think, and is kind of what he was getting at. Lola, as soon as I sent that, you stopped and started talking. As soon as I sent that, you stopped and started talking. I don't know. You must be talking to me. But I don't know what you're getting at, Lola. Oh, like probably you coming in the room, maybe? I can't go that far back to see what you mean, but yeah. See another theory. Another theory might be they're frustrated with RCMP. Wouldn't they be getting updates? She is sharing with them. This was a way to get their side out there without doing interview, in my opinion. Yeah, could be. Yeah, they're saying one person on Malehya's side. So assuming it's Malehya, right? They're saying family member. But now that we know she's more tied to the chief and living with the chief and she's related to the chief, maybe the chief is the one receiving the updates. I don't know. But one can assume it's Malehya. Yeah. And yeah, is she sharing those updates? Somebody else had a comment back there and I meant to click on it and I forgot, but it said that, that Malehya and her mother probably didn't get along because her mother wasn't, enabling, the rug use. Possibly that could be a scenario as to why. And I agree. Yeah, that definitely could be. And, um, is Wade referring back to when she was way younger? Like, there's some stuff he said that I'm just kind of like, well, because honestly, a lot of mothers and daughters go through that. I have 2 boys, so I didn't have to go through that, but most of the people I know, including my own mother with 3 daughters, have gone through that stuff with, that stage with their daughters. Not always, but, and then things change down the road. So I mean, is Wade referring to back when she was younger and they were going through that rough stage of that a mother and daughter can go through? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, to me, I listen to that and I kind of sift through it and pull out of it what I think might not be so exaggerated. Or, I mean, like in one breath, he said, if we had been able to get her here with the baby, we would have did it. And they tried, and I'd do anything, um, to get them out of there or protect them or whatever he said. But then in the other breath, he said, I told her she's looking for a job. And I told her, well, I'm not babysitting for you. Well, I mean, you're either going to support somebody to help them, get on their feet and move forward, or you're not. So why say that? Why, and I mean, I get that a man might not be comfortable babysitting, especially a little girl, and she's got poopy diapers and whatnot. But, that's not something you have to say to somebody, right? And especially in these circumstances when you have to feel support to be able to move ahead or to move forward, right? Uh, Lobster says, thank you, Tint. I mean, I'm glad we got that information because it confirms a lot of what we've heard, and it's still all allegedly, but it backs up pretty much everything we're hearing, right? And however, I do feel bad for them for, having to be violated in that way. That, I know that wouldn't feel nice. Another thought unrelated. How is Janie able to pay on Temu and Facebook, or Play, sorry, and have audio calls while Malehya can't make a call or send pictures without going to the road? So here's my thoughts on that. Because your internet and your cell phone is 2 different things, isn't it? So, I mean, to me, it kind of sounds like they have internet access. But in order to make a phone call or use your phone messenger thing, not Facebook, but the other one, that you would have to go out to the road. Is that possible? And that when they wanted her to send those pics, it was probably through their specific number they were giving her to send it to, which would have been her phone messages, not Messenger. So that's why she couldn't use that. Because I always understood that, you know, that your internet and your phone access is two different things. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, because it's the cell phone tower was always what I understood to be the issue out there, was the cell phone tower, that it was hard for them to connect to, not anything to do with the internet. Yeah. And same as her, like I believe Belinda, when Belinda says Daniel said she called the school, not email, but even but when you get that reply back from the school, it's almost like a receipt that they've received your information and the kids are marked out of school for the day. That was by email, but that she actually called the school to call them out. So anyways, that's what my thoughts were on that, but maybe I'm totally off. Poor Daniel. Now has an image problem to fix. Yeah, I think he's been dealing with that one for a little bit now. Mom has been trying to fix the image. Yeah. Nova Scotia has the highest number of child trafficking. I know, Lobster. I know. Yep. Yep. Just remember, we have to watch how we word things. So sometimes you can just say child trafficking and we can all make sense out of it. Yeah, in Canada, just saying, they owe $35,000 allegedly. But if you owe $34,000 to the government, like, that's no big deal, to be honest with you. I know it's a lot of money, but what I'm saying is, it's not like they're going to rob you blind in that moment to pay that back. And especially if it has to do with child tax credit or what was the other thing I saw? Kent suggested it, and it could very well be that too. The COVID money, because a lot of people had to pay that back. But it sounds like it's more recent. They only take a certain amount at a certain time. And they usually take it off your existing child tax credit to pay it back. So it sounds like it had to do with the child tax credit or income tax or whatever. Yeah. If it has to do with income tax, I don't think they're allowed to take that from child tax credit. It has to be taken from anything else that has to do with that. So your any income tax money that you'd be getting back, which she would, because she'd be claiming one of the children. And the GST and all that stuff, they take that to pay it back until it's paid off. It's not like they rob you blind in that moment to pay you back. They actually have to work with you to not put you in a situation of despair, especially when you have children. So I'm not sure that, I know it doesn't sound good, but in order for them to collect that money back, they can't rob you blind, especially when you have children. They figure out a way to do it to kind of meet you halfway. Nova Scotia has, okay, we read that. Yeah. Has anyone else heard that M is in a shelter and not on the reserve? Heard that, but maybe a rumor. I didn't hear that, but her Wade stated the same thing that has been stated, is that she's staying with the chief until her housing is ready. Dana is MIA after the argument with Haley. Yeah, he did tell Haley he'd keep his mouth shut, yeah, and said to tell them he'd keep his mouth shut. Oh my God, I'm telling you. It really annoys me when small town people act like they're big time mafia. Like, please, Daniel, like, please. Yeah. Yeah, I know. He's just bizarre. I know he said after Sonny's he's going to start keeping his mouth shut the last thing that was there, but then he went on and argued with her and then again said, now I'll stop throwing y'all under the bus. Yeah, I bet you will, because now they're going to come out with the truth about you. Wade will be sleeping on the couch. Yeah. Yeah, or on the porch. Or in the horse wagon. He'll be sleeping in the horse buggy. All right. So I know you guys got all kinds of awesome comments, but you are chatting back and forth with each other. So let's go to the video about the trails. Yeah, because I'm way behind in comments. Donna, I think you just came in. Thank you for coming. I think, in my opinion, Malehya snapped 3 babies under 6, and then they all know something. Thanks for using in your opinion. Yeah, and we just don't know. But the more and more I find out, the more and more, it's just a heartbreaker for these kids. It's just a heartbreaker. Like when I think about, oh my gosh, what they were living with, and had to listen to that every day and go through that every day. Like the poor little buggers. So sad. Terrible. Okay, so I just happened to find this video. I was actually looking for something else and this come up, and I was like, oh my God, here's exactly what I've been trying to explain to the folks in my videos about these trails. So now you guys probably would have heard about Tadamagush being spoke of as well in all of this, and because that is as you go through the Sunrise Trail, you just go through beautiful areas. You go through an area, first you go through Pictou where Kent lives, and then you go through River John, and then you go through Tadamagush, and then you go through Wentworth where Malehya's mother lives. So and so that's why you would have heard like Tadamagush and Wentworth being talked about, because they're very close together. So coincidentally, these are the trails that he's hitting in this video. But these trails are all over Nova Scotia. So there's the trails over in that side of Nova Scotia. And then you have the trails over in around where Daniel and them reside. And the only reason why I ever heard of these trails is because of my husband, who has owned 4-wheelers, and he's been on these trails, and the Skidoo what do they call it, club uses them and stuff, and they'll raise money to keep them clean. And anyways, but they're throughout all of Canada, and slowly they've linked many of these trails together. I heard they're all linked together now, so not 100%, but sure if they are, but that's what I heard. So just to give you an idea, so now he's showing the ones that are over on, like I said, over on the side of the county where like you could probably leave Pictou and start going through these trails, and then go through River John and go through Tadamagush and go through Wentworth, and he's just gonna kind of show you that area, and how the train tracks fit into it and stuff like that. So when Wade is talking about Musquodoboit and these back trails and the ATV and Sheet Harbor, because Sheet Harbor and Musquodoboit, you would be going through one trail in one place to connect to another place, and he's saying, and you can go for miles. This is what he's talking about. So here we go.
So we opted to do the Sunrise Trail. So normally if I was doing this solo, I would unload here at the Tanamagush train station trailhead, nice little spot to unload. There's a few other spots in Wallace and River John also that you can go to, but we can start from here. But we started a little bit further down the road here in Wallace, and we just going on a trail here near to the train bridge. And that's not a lake, that's actually one of the old quarries. They used to quarry a lot of sandstone in the area here. So that was one of the early quarries as they cut the sandstone and load them up on schooners. So we'll show you that here in a bit here. But this is a well-maintained trail to get back on the Sunrise Trail or the main drag. Now the section here from Tanamagush to Pugwash, very popular. A lot of bikers and hikers and ATV riders here. But our first viewpoint here is the Wallace train bridge, now part of the Trans-Canada Trail. Very nice view here. Like I said here on the wooded side, this actually used to be a swing bridge, I guess. And there were schooners would go in here and get to the old quarry and load up the stone there. So it's a very nice river. Nice, you see a lot of people kayaking there. Quite a few options. There's a golf course nearby, some other tourism there you can check out. But there's Keith there just explaining me some of the old school stuff. He knows a lot of history of this area, so he's a very good guide on these type of things here. But
so you see how he's talking about how all these things that they used to be, like the mine, and that was, you know, an area that was used to get into a certain place, and that bridge was put there because of the mine. But now they're utilizing all these to make these trails connect. And so out towards Daniels Way, the pipeline is a part of that as well, right? That you can go through there on an all-terrain vehicle, and then that trail leads to another trail, with the odd time having to cross over a road to another trail. Like they've actually made it so that all these trails connect. You avoid all the highway traffic, and I'm not even sure if you'd be seen on the highway cameras. It depend on where they're put, to be honest with you. Now myself, I don't really, in my opinion, think that anything like this took place. But that's
across the bridge, there's
letting you see that what Wade's referring to.
another place you can stop and unload here. There's a little kiosk and the place. I think you can do overnight tenting for like one site here. But once we get on the trail here, we decided to boogie it to the first shelter that's provided by the Snowmobile Club here. So we're going to cross that. And as I cross the intersections here, I'm just going to flag it here at the bottom of the screen to let you know where we are. And I'm just going to cross a couple roads here. And you can see we had a few side-by-sides running that day. We had a few. But our overall goal was to head down towards Oxford and get across from that and head over to the Lakecaster shelter as a first little run. But you can see here, this is used to be one of the short lines that was down here. So very stable. And like I said, this is a very popular section here between Tanamagush and Pugwash. So it's in very good shape. And then now once we cross over the Pugwash Junction Road, we're going to head down for a little bit here. Not as scenic as I thought it would be. There's some nice forests. Definitely in the fall, definitely want to come back here and take a look at things here. Areas. Not a lot of places. Very useful here in winter. Took a look at the map, and this is where we decided to head out to along the way. So we did a couple stops here and there to take a look at where we're at and where we're following, going down parallel. And then we're going to.
So you see how you're in the middle of the woods on these trails, right? So that's why Wade's mentioning those, and the fact that how they're connected, and he's mentioning Musquodoboit and Sheet Harbor. I think you go through Sheet Harbor first and then Musquodoboit. Yeah, like my husband's been on them with his, and I distinctly remember him saying how amazed he was how quick. He goes, it only takes blah, blah, blah time to get from here to there, compared to driving on the highway and having to, be in traffic and whatnot. So, yeah. So that's just to give you an idea. And like I said, there's water. Like you can see the water right there, right beside him there. There's ponds and lakes and rivers and all through there. So, yeah, so that just gives you an idea there. So there was a couple other things I just wanted to touch on the Wade video. So yeah, somebody had mentioned in the comments there about how Wade even said, maybe he was, how can I say it without, like Malehya might have been selling herself, even, or that Daniel may have had her doing that or whatever. But again, that's all alleged, right? Yeah, and Malehya could have. Yeah, so Malehya could have left with family support. So that was pretty disappointing to hear, and that she didn't. But again, I'm just going to reserve a lot of my thoughts on all of that because I don't want to victim shame, for one thing. And it's disappointing to hear that, though, that she could have got out of there with the kids, and maybe, well, it's a definite things would not be where they are right now. That's disappointing. But the other thought I had on that was she definitely didn't fake an abduction, which I have been saying for ages now anyways, because I mean, if that was already set up for her to get out of there with that amount of support, all she had to do was pick the phone up and have that take place again, and she would have been out of there. So no need to fake an abduction. And he said that they're suing CPS. At first, when I first listened to it, I thought he said that Malehya is suing CPS, but he meant Cindy, because then later again he says that they're suing CPS. Which, I mean, it's good. I think attention has to be drawn to this. It's the same thing over and over and over in cases like this. And it's just, if we know better, we should do better. And if there's an issue and things keep happening over and over, things need to be looked at. So, I hope Cindy does fight for not just suing them, but change as well in that system. We talked about how it was stated he would stay out in the woods for long periods. Every time they dropped the kids off, Wade stated, Daniel was never there, which I found ironic because Daniel claims that he was Mr. Mom and did everything for the kids. So Cindy called Darewood a weirdo and told him don't come back. Well, and I just kind of chuckled at that because we all got to that point too. And he's pretty much blocked from every channel now. But I just get a kick out of how this handful of folks, they always try to twist it and turn it and make it look like it's, something nefarious going on. Because he had talked about that, but he was kind of making it sound like, something's going on there because she doesn't even want me calling back anymore. When the truth of it is she called him a weirdo and said, stop calling here. So I mean, which I think we can all understand that. Yeah, it's like trying to push a different narrative to what actually took place, what's actually going on. And they all do that. They all do that. Kids had no issue being around dogs. Also seen in the video Wade posted about the dogs, and that's why I'm saying, like, they're trying to definitely speak out somewhat, because Cindy had sent those texts to, not the texts, the screenshots to Lana, who shared them with Sunny, and I use them as receipts on my channel. And Wade posted that video, you know, and then Janie saying how the kids were never around dogs, they're not used to dogs. Yeah, and then Malehya at the beach, and he said she's at the beach all the time. That's where I kind of feel there was some exaggeration there. Not saying that she only went once, maybe she went more than once, but I don't think she's there every day. And there certainly could be, we have to remember that Malehya's partly Indigenous. She is living on the reserve now. And the beach has a different meaning. The water in the beach has a different meaning to Indigenous than it does to us. I mean, it is serenity now to a lot of us. I've gone to the beach when I've in rough times. That's a place that that's typically the place I would always go when I could drive. I can't drive now, but so, and then outside of that, there is the Indigenous meaning there as well, with the water, and that's why many times reservations or reserves, whatever you want to call them, are near water. Yeah. He states the kids are not over there because I've been over there. Oh yeah, at the reserve. He said that a couple of times. They're not there. I've been over there. They're not there. Her being established on the reserve is supposed to help her get Meadow back. He states he's not babysitting. And I didn't like when he said that, because, I mean, especially in a situation like this right now, you should be offering any support you can. And like I said, I get that you can't babysit. Like, my husband wouldn't be able to look after a baby like that, babysit a little baby, especially in diapers. It's no big deal. We all have our limits. But to actually say that to the mother of the child under these circumstances. So Wade, if you're listening, have those conversations with Cindy, and then Cindy will say, listen, we'll deal with that part of it when it comes. Nobody's going to leave you to babysit the baby, dear. And about Malehya doesn't wish him a happy Father's Day. Well, Malehya has her own father, and you and Cindy have only been together a few years, so that's up to her to decide. I just don't like a man thinking he can decide what a woman should be calling him. She can decide. Okay, Lily flinches when he tries to rub her head. So just, you're kind of carrying on and rubbing the little kid's head, and she flinches and puts her hands up for him not to touch her. And he said he did notice that, and he was a bit concerned about that. And also to note, he's not. Oh, and I don't know if anybody else picked up on this. He's not talking in past tense. I that really kind of grabbed at my heart. He does not talk in past tense about the kids. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. Like when he was talking about Lily flinching, he said she flinches when I try to grab her head. Like it wasn't, she would, or she used to, or, he didn't talk as though she's gone. You notice that too, Missy? Or maybe you're talking about something else, but yeah, I picked up on that. Yeah, and I thought, no, he's not talking about them in past tense. I didn't I didn't clue in when he was talking about Jack. I'll have to listen to that later because he does talk a little bit about Jack too, how stubborn he is. And he won't listen. Okay. Yeah, and he talks about the debt with the grandmother and the government. And he does say, he states in his opinion that he feels they were probably gone before the morning. And he come up with some scenarios there, and I won't touch on them, but you guys heard them. And I said, like, it's sad because that's the stuff he'd be thinking about, right? And running through his head, and him and Cindy possibly talking about, although he said, I can't talk to Cindy about this stuff because all she does is cry. He saw Lily's jacket and shirt in the window of the car in the driveway. That comment really kind of struck me. And we talked about how he says they could have been gone around 11. And he insinuates that they perhaps intentionally placed them on camera, and that's why they went to where they went over by the Micmac Mall, knowing that they'd be seen on camera. I don't know if I believe that, though. In the polygraph, he says, oh, yeah, they'll just tell you that, though. And I think we all know that. The police can tell you whatever they want to tell you to do what they need to do to investigate, right? And if that includes lying to you, they're going to do that. It's part of how they investigate. He's surprised they're not charged with neglect, and I am too. Money from checks gone as quick as they come in. Yeah. And then she would ask her grandmother for money and then say that she's not going to be able to pay her back. So, I mean, either, with situations like this between couples, monetary abuse, financial abuse can take place as well. Not saying that's what's taken place here, but those things can happen. Or if there's rugs involved, we know it can all be going out on the rugs. States Janie was possibly taking some money from them. And I just have question mark, was Malehya a cash flow? Right? And sometimes that happens, right? That the woman becomes the cash flow for the rest of the family members. Janie was yelling at Haley, get out of my yard. Don't be accusing my son, using the F word. But Janie told us in the recordings that she didn't know anything about what happened with that fight. Am I wrong? Didn't she say that? I'm sure she said she didn't know exactly what went on with that whole fight. But he's saying she was actually right there. And Haley's face saying, don't be accusing my son. And get out of my effing yard. Don't be effing accusing my son. Something like that. Blanket was in the tree after area was searched. Now he says after area was searched. Haley stated it was not searched by the searchers yet. The search and rescue yet. That it was RCMP who went up and down that road. And it was on the first day. We've established that it was the first day the blanket was found, not the second day. And the first day would be May 2nd. I think that's where the confusion comes from. The first day the kids went missing was May 2nd. That was the day that the blanket was found in the tree. And the searchers did not get there yet, but RCMP were on site and getting around and searching. So it doesn't surprise me that the RCMP might have missed that blanket, not putting them down or anything, but the searchers definitely would not miss that if it was up in the tree and they were on the road at that point. And Haley says they weren't yet. And then another thing I wonder, it seems to me that they were already suspicious of Daniel because of the whole bathroom thing and the noise going on in there. And they obviously had to be suspicious of something, because then a couple of them went in the bathroom after he come out to check out what noise was being made. So I had wondered, is that why they went down on that road? Like Daniel's trying to make it sound like, you know, oh, it's just so coincidental that they found this stuff down on that road. It just happened to be her family. But we know Daniel was down on that road because his mother outed him on that and said he was down on that road, and that she drove him back somewhere to somewhere on the ATV. So is that why they went down on that road and searched? Because they thought, okay, well, what was he doing down on that road? I don't know. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, said he doesn't want to say these things to Cindy. Yeah, so that's that. Now, the other thing I wanted to go over quickly is about the RCMP dogs, the cadaver dogs, and the human remains identification dogs. Because I'm just wondering if we're getting a little bit mixed up on that, because we're all kind of assuming that they only had scent dogs there for missing peoples. But I want you to listen to some information that I found. So first I'm going to play this video. Okay, so I don't know if you guys caught that, but he said all their dogs are trained in human remains detection. And I'm going to read another article here as well. And that the cadaver dog is different. So I'm just wondering if it's our understanding of things that the cadaver dog is more for long-term remains, like where it's bones or something in concrete, or you know, things like that. Like they're better trained to seek out remains of long term and concrete and stuff like that. Donna, I thought she said that too, but when I just listen to that now with everybody else here, the headset that I have on now is a really good headset, and it's noise canceling, and I picked up a lot more of what I didn't hear before, and I will listen to it again later, but I'm positive what I heard him say was that she locked her kids in the room away from that girl, that she didn't trust her. Didn't trust her for a long time or something like that. Like when I listened to it before, I thought he was saying he didn't trust her. And I was thinking, God, why would you not trust her? How often would you have been around Daniel's kids, if ever? And when we just listened to it now, I'm pretty sure he said that Malehya locked her. And I don't think he meant actually like put a lock on the door and locked them in. That could be a little bit of exaggeration, but basically, you guys go to the room and play in the room and kept them away from this girl, his daughter, and then said that she didn't care for her, didn't care for her for a long time or something like that. But I'll listen to it again. And I can put a comment in the comments section after I listen to it a couple more times, and I'll put a comment in there to say what if I'm positive that that's what I'm hearing. Yeah. So, anyways, so you heard what they said there about the human remains detection dogs, that all their dogs are trained on that. So it's kind of like a cross training. They're all trained on that. So even they're coming in search and rescue, those dogs also are trained to find human remains. They are trained in human remains detection. But they don't wear the tag of a cadaver dog, because a cadaver dog is a whole other specialty, because they have extra training in being able to locate remains in concrete and long-term remains, so years down the road. So I'm just wondering if it's a thing on our part that we're kind of misunderstanding what the difference between a cadaver dog and human remains identification that all the dogs do. So we're going to take a look at this article as well, and I will share the page. Okay, so again, so first RCMP dogs. So this is the first this is like a new program they started, I guess, almost 10 years ago now. So first RCMP dogs to detect human remains finished training. The first 2 RCMP dog teams to be trained to detect human remains finished their training last Friday at the RCMP Police Dog Service Training Center in Innisfail, Atlanta, I guess. They must have had to go to the state. Okay, so 2017 that was. The first up here it says the first 2 teams, and then down here it says the first 4, but it is 4 because then they say what provinces it is. The RCMP says it is the only Canadian police agency using real human remains to train its dogs, typically animal source material or medical waste, a cure used to train police dogs. Using real human remains enables us to teach the dog the exact odor they will be looking for. This way, they can rapidly differentiate between animal and human remains and locate human remains more effectively, explains Sergeant Robert Heppel, dog team trainer in charge of the human remains detection training at the RCMP PDSTC. The human remains used for the training of RCMP dogs are provided by the Nova Scotia Medical Examiner Service through a donor program. Donors and their families have specifically chosen to give their remains to the RCMP Human Remains Detection Dog Training Program. This additional dog skill, so see, it's an additional skill these dogs are being trained to use, because these are not cadaver dogs. These additional dog skills will have a direct impact on the RCMP's ability to collect evidence for ongoing investigations, to make progress in historical investigations, and to provide closure to grieving families. The 4 dog teams participating in this first training are from British Columbia, Alberta, Manitoba, and Nova Scotia. So they were the first 4 dog teams, because they're doing it with all their dogs from this point on. And what did I say? That was 2017. So Nova Scotia definitely has these very well trained, bred through RCMP. They only breed their own dogs, and they're highly trained. And and Nova Scotia's was one of the first teams. So now all the dogs, I would say from 2017 till now, I would think probably all their dogs are trained. The dog teams from BC and Nova Scotia are now fully operational. The dog teams from Alberta and Manitoba are expected to have completed their training. Oh, that's why they said 2 in the title. Their training by the end of this week. Currently, there are 166 RCMP dog teams across Canada. They will be trained on human remains detection according to the needs of the divisions. So there you go. So I think that answers some questions for us. That, and I mean, Nova Scotia specifically is one of the places where it's the dogs are trained. They're highly trained, right down to the fact that they want to actually use human remains, not the simulated stuff that's typically used. And so I think we can guarantee that some of those dogs, because my understanding is there was about 10 dogs, there was numerous dogs on that search, that if not all of them, probably a portion of them, a good portion, are trained in the human remains detection, and that there probably wasn't a need for cadaver because they didn't feel they were in concrete. Now, I'm sure if they found some new concrete slab there, then they'd bring the cadaver dog in, and it wouldn't be considered old remains. So anyway, so I just thought that educated me. And I just got very curious, because we've all been touching on it, when we're watching other channels, like, well, why weren't the cadaver dogs brought in? And it just kind of gives us all a little bit of education as to why that is, because the dogs that were there were trained in human remains. Hi, Terry. Who would put a pool in the dirt? Exactly. Kids are in and out of the pool. Yep. It'll just make mud and the kids will be in trouble again. Exactly. And yeah, and they would be held accountable too. It wouldn't be the idiot that put the pool on the dirt. And it was way too cold, exactly, to have a pool in Nova Scotia at the end of April, 1st of May. Exactly. Yeah, I think we all know that that's bull caca. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, Missy says, I like this article. Yeah, I never knew this. Thanks, Nova. Yeah, I don't think many of us knew. Sometimes we get in the habit of commenting on stuff that we haven't educated ourselves on yet. So I was happy when I found those articles because I got curious. Why didn't they take a cadaver dog in? Because they stated in one breath, we've used all our resources. So to me, that would mean you've used cadaver dogs, because I didn't know a cadaver dog is different than human remains detection. IDENT, really, canine dog. I didn't know that those are two different types of dogs. So I looked up cadaver dog and what the use of their cadaver dogs are, and it had, it was that article that I just read, and I was like, oh, okay, now I understand. And that's why everybody's going, that's ridiculous. How could they only have one cadaver dog in all of Canada? They probably do have more than one now, but they still wouldn't have numerous, because they would only need that dog in certain situations like the concrete and remains that have been there over time, right, that they're searching for. So, yeah. Oh, you guys are talking about Malehya talking to, that her and Daniel are still talking. I hope not. My God, I hope not. Please tell me that's not true. God. Well, guys, it's after 2 hours now. I was hoping Charmaine was going to be here when I went over the cadaver dogs, but I'll just have to tell her to go watch the end of my video, because I wanted her to see about the cadaver dogs. Yeah. Maybe the four are threatening, blackmailing each other. I had wondered too if there was some blackmail going on. I mean, just foolishness. But yeah, Malehya, if you leave me, I'm gonna out you on blah blah blah, and and I will say that too, and that's why I'm just kind of sitting, just sitting on the fence on that one for now until I understand a bit more of that situation. Because that's what can happen to victims sometimes, is the threats, and the threat that I'll take the baby, you'll never see the baby again, I'll out you on this, that, and the other thing, and I'll use that against you in court to take the baby, things like that, that can happen. So yeah, I'm just and I know, like I said, I would never want to shame a victim. So I'll just reserve my thoughts for now until we learn more. Yeah. So guys, I'm going to head out. The hubby's going to be home from work soon. Lots of love, lots of positive vibes. And don't leave until you see the outro, because it's just a little bit of happiness on your way out the door. So lots of love, positive vibes. Take care, and I will see you again. Maybe tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Take care.